Hi, good morning, one and all. Welcome to today biology 10th regarding third chapter transportation. I mean that the circulatory system. Third chapter transportation, the circulatory system. Already in the previous video, I mean that the part 1 introduction part we discussed about that what is the importance of transportation in all the living organisms like solids and liquids and gaseous substances need to be transported to each and every cell for maintaining the metabolic activities or life processes. Apart from that, we discuss about that the chief components of circulatory system like blood vessels and heart. So what are the chief components of circulatory system? First one is blood vessels and heart. Of course, we are having a basic idea about blood grouping, the structure of blood, and blood is a fluid connective tissue, and blood corpuscles and plasma serum. We have brief account in our mind regarding the previous knowledge of previous classes like 8th and 9th classes. Is it clear? Now, what do you mean by blood vessels and what is the vital organ like a heart? How it works? Mechanism of heart, external features, internal structure of the heart and mechanism of the heart. So, apart from that, we are going to discuss about that the blood vessels are nothing but the blood which flows in the closed pipe-like structures are called as blood vessels. Obviously, those are mainly two kinds, arteries and veins. We are going to discuss these arteries and veins, how they are located in the, are connected to the heart. Next, heart. Coming to that heart, we are going to discuss about that heart external features, internal structure of the heart and the heart location. And heart lab activity, right? I mean that the mammalian heart lab activity. So, in this video, we are going to explain, we are going to discuss on only 3 points. Those are location of the heart, heart external features, lab activity, and internal structure of the heart. So, actually, this is the diagrammatic representation about the mammalian heart, mammal heart. Actually, this is the mammal heart. All the mammals are nearly more or less similar structure because of all the mammals are having a 4-chambered heart. 4-chambered heart. So, coming to the textbook page number 51. When coming to the textbook page number 51. Actually, they are given to the location of the heart. See, what is the exact location of the heart? Being science students, we have to explain that 6 inches from the neck, from 6 inches from the neck and just 1 inch towards to the left side. This is the exact location of the mammalian heart. Next, our heart is nearly triangle in structure. In outer, it is a triangular. We are coming to the anterior, it is a broader. We are coming to the posterior part, it is a narrow. So it is a pear-shaped structure. In outer triangle-like structure, anterior is broader and posterior is narrow in the structure. Coming to the external features of the heart, the walls of the heart is having 2 blood vessels, that is called as a coronary vessels. Coronary arteries means the blood vessels which are essential to supply the oxygenated blood for working of the mammal heart. That is called as a coronary arteries and coronary veins. So, the walls of the heart attached to the coronary vessels. Actually, what they are given to the heart is a vital organ. Actually, at the stage of embryonic 21st day onwards, our heart began the starts to heartbeat. So how we have to make alive in condition because of the heartbeats. So heart is having a heartbeat. I mean that a rhythmic contraction and relaxation. The rhythmic beat is called as a heartbeat, which makes us alive. So such a vital organ is called as a heart. The study of heart is called as a cardiology. The study of heart is called as a cardiology. Now coming to the heart lab activity. Of course, it is maybe difficult to collect the mammal heart. So that instead of the human heart, we are going to take some mammals like sheep or goat while collecting from the butcher or mutton market. Freshly collected the mammal heart, I mean that sheep or goat heart, and we are placing on the tray. Before that, we have to wash thoroughly. Before that, we have to wash the thoroughly, and some of the materials are required to observe that the mammal heart. So, what is the aim? Aim is nothing but observation of the internal structure of the mammal heart. Observation of the internal structure of the mammal heart. So, what is mean by mammals? So, coming to the vertebrates, we are the peak position. That means that first five is amphibians, reptiles, aves, and mammals. So, coming to the evolutionary pathway, mammals are the high position. So, all the mammals, either it is a cattle or sheep or goats. So, while we are collecting the mammal heart instead of the human heart, it is more or less similar in the structure. So, freshly we are collected the specimen of the these mammal heart and place on the dissection tray. And some other materials or apparatus are required to open up these mammal heart, and we have to observe that the internal structure of the mammal heart. So what are the materials or apparatus are required means, just we need to a dissection box or a dissection tray, and one tray for while keeping this specimen, and a scalpel means it's a arrow like structure which can be open, and one scissor which can be open up the internal structure of the heart. And we need two colors, different colors. I mean that blue color and red color soda straws or refills, used ball pen refills for observation of the mammal heart. So these are the requirements essential to make over the observation of the internal structure of the heart. So coming to the next, this is the human heart. This is called as a human internal structure of the heart. So how it is look like? It is look like a pear shaped structure, triangle in outer, and also it is having a anterior is a border and posterior is a narrow. So coming to the internal structure of the heart, we are going to explain how the heart is having internally located or internally partiated. So coming to the heart is divided into actually four parts for our observation. So the heart is located. The heart is partially, it is divided into four chambers for our observation because of the deep grooves. Actually, because of the deep grooves like longitudinal and horizontal. Because of the long grooves like groove means the deeper line like structure which can partiated, which can separated the human heart into four chambers. So this is called as a longitudinal groove, this is called as a horizontal groove. So because of this horizontal and longitudinal groove, our human heart is mainly four chambers, upper two chambers and lower two chambers. Obviously the upper two chambers are called as atria or auricles. The upper two chambers are called as atria or auricles. Actually it is the, for example, while you are reading or observe the textbook, the left side becomes to right and right becomes to left. So this is actually while I am standing in front of the camera, So this is my right side, this is my left side. So obviously this is the right part of the heart, this is the left part of the heart. So the upper two chambers are obviously called atriums and the lower part is called as ventricles. So actually see here, this is called as a right atrium, this is the called as a right atrium and this is called as a left atrium. And obviously the lower part is called as this is called as a left ventricle. This is called as a right ventricle, this is called as a left ventricle. So left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. So this is the four chambers which is separated by the longitudinal and horizontal grooves. So our upper two chambers are connected to lower two chambers like ventricles through the auriculoventricular septum. This is called as auriculoventricular septum. This is called as auriculoventricular septum. Next, again upper two chambers are separated by right auriculo, left auricular septum and right ventricular, left ventricular septum. So with effect of these four lines, I mean that two longitudinal and two horizontal grooves, our human heart is four chambers. So once again repeat, this is called as a right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. But the right atrium connects to right ventricle through the valves like structures. This is called as a tricuspid valve. The right atrium open up to right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. So this is called as a right auriculoventricular valve is called as a tricuspid valve. Whereas coming to the left atrium opens to left ventricle through the semilunar. Semilunar means half moon shaped. Left ventricle, left atrium connects to left ventricle through this bicuspid valve. It is also called as a mitral valve. So the other type of valves is the major blood vessels which open up into the right ventricle. The major blood vessel which open up into the right ventricle is leads to the pulmonary artery. So there another valve that is called as a pulmonary valve. Next, another blood vessel which is originated from the left ventricle. So this is called as a systemic valve. Actually, this is the systemic valve. I mean that one major blood vessel which can arise from the right ventricle. One major blood vessel which arises from the right ventricle and which leads to right lung and left lung. So these blood vessel arises from the right ventricle. So the valves which are present in the pulmonary artery is called as pulmonary valves. The valve which is present in the left ventricle, this is called as a aortic valve or systemic valves. So systemic valves and pulmonary valve, right auriculoventricular valve are also called as tricuspid valve and left auriculoventricular valve also called as a bicuspid or mitral valve. So this is the external features. Next, coming to the how many blood vessels are attached to the human heart? How many blood vessels are attached? Actually, we are having a total 5 blood vessels that we have to explain. The first one is, for example, you see, this is called as a superior vena cava. Vena cava means the small veins merge and they have to form a big vein is called as a vena cava. Precaval vein, it is also called as a precaval vein. Why? Because what is mean by pre means first, caval vein. Caval vein means it collects the blood from the head and the neck. It collects the blood from the head and the neck portion. While coming to the inferior vena cava, which collects the blood from the total shoulders and legs. That means hands and legs. So this blue color represents to the veins. The blue color represents to veins, and this is called as arteries. See, Now we are going to explain about superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. This is called as a two kinds of veins, and this is called as the pulmonary veins. This is called as a pulmonary vein. Next, this is called as a pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. This is the aorta. So how many blood vessels are there? Actually, we are having total 8 blood vessels. I would like to explain one more time. Please note down that one. First one is arteries and veins. Arteries and veins. So the first we can complete that veins. Superior vena cava, and inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava and inferior vena. Next, pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein. Next, last one is coronary veins. Coronary veins. The vessels, the blood vessels which are attached to the walls of the heart is called as coronary veins. So, total 4 kinds of veins are there. As like this is called as the aorta artery. It is the biggest artery. So this is part is called as aorta. Next one is called as pulmonary artery. Pulmonary. It is a well familiar word because of already we completed the respiration. So the respiratory organs like lungs, which is also called as pulmonary organs. Pulmonary means lungs. So artery, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. Next one is aorta, pulmonary artery. Next, systemic artery, which arises from the left ventricle. Left ventricle. This is called as a systemic artery. Next one is coronary artery. Coronary artery. So, total how many blood vessels are there? 8. Actually, they are attached to 5, but for our better understanding, we can differentiate into classification of total 8. So, aorta, pulmonary artery and systemic artery and coronary artery. See, coming to that observation of the human heart, the right side is bigger than the left side. The right side portion is bigger than the left side. The right side part is bigger than the left side, and compared to atria, ventricles are more thick. So the walls of the ventricles are more thick when compared to atria, because the blood jump or entered into the ventricles with force by the walls and protected by the guards. So this is the thing. Next, coming to that, how the blood leads to the heart and how the heart starts the heart beating. So how that heart pump the oxygenated blood to the arteries and how it is coming back through the veins. So here arteries are nothing but the oxygenated blood vessels. The arteries are nothing but they carry the oxygenated blood. Veins are nothing but deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood. So, but here only one exemption is there that we have to keep in mind. It's very essential. Actually, this is called as superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and this is called as a pulmonary artery. Actually, arteries arise from the heart and it can distribute the oxygenated blood to the all over the body parts. And the veins are nothing but it is the collecting blood vessels, especially deoxygenated blood from all the body parts towards the heart. But here the one exemption is there. Why? Because pulmonary artery means the blood vessel which arises from the heart is called as an artery. But it goes to the lungs. Why? Because the lungs are the vital organs which are having the oxygen rich. So that it goes to the left lung and the right lung. It collects the oxygen and it coming from the lungs to heart through these veins. Through the veins, like left pulmonary veins and right pulmonary veins, through the veins, through these right and left pulmonary veins from the lungs, the oxygen is adding to that heart. The oxygen is reaches to heart through the pulmonary vein. So actually the arteries carries the oxygenated blood and veins collects the deoxygenated blood. But here one exemption is there, that is nothing but the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary means lungs. Artery means from heart towards the lungs. So that is called as a pulmonary artery, which arises from the right ventricle. It goes to the left lung and right lung. From there, lungs, which is having a rich oxygen through the each alveoli surrounded by the blood vessels. So again, this oxygen is collecting through the veins and comes to the left atrium. So how many blood vessels are there? Total of 5 blood vessels are there. Next, what is the features of that heart? How heart can be function, that we can see in the next video. I mean that the mechanism of heart or cardiac cycle we can expect. So next video we are trying to learn about the mechanism of heart or heart functioning. How our human heart can function in a rhythmic pattern from day 1 to day end. It is a vital organ, how it plays an important mechanism that we have to try to understand in the next video. Thank you.